1 2 1 2. Hi, you're with Scott. Battery Exhausted, my channel. IndieCade, my stream. True Binaural and ASMR, my channel. This isn't going on now. Let's get one of these off. Pretty confident you can hear me. Pretty confident you can hear me. Yeah. So, you know, we're getting things rolling now again. Kilobytes a second, up and running again. If it starts to shut down, if it glitches out and we have problems, then I'm already looking at it. It's already distracting me, that little kilobytes per second. If it does glitch out and we have problems, then so be it. We'll come back on Mental Health Monday and we'll try again. But we're picking up where we left off earlier with our little journey of the circle. We're bouncing around on these sticky items. We're going through a period of renewal again after our second breakup in the game. An art game about feelings, breakups, something we're going to discuss and critique at the end. And we've come across two major issues so far, which is my ability to platform. I think it's my ability was the two major issues. I'll just pop you out on the old chatterbox. It was my ability was the main issue, but it could have been. It could have been a little bit too difficult. I don't know. I feel that this is something I was saying before I got rudely interrupted by the kilobytes per second dropping out earlier. Is that I feel that the flow of the narrative is directly dependent on the ability of the player to navigate the game at a certain speed and pace. And whilst it is important the game offers challenge, and an area of the game that slows us down deliberately to create that frustration, the challenging feeling, is important. I felt that worked. I think maybe I should turn down the audio input a little bit. Whee. I felt that worked really well earlier, especially in the dark section, and I graduated through it. I was able to beat it, and that made us feel better. So maybe that's part of this. Being able to beat it makes us feel a bit better. But I'm having a little bit of trouble on an area that I don't think should be troubling us as much. So that's where we are. I've got to get to grips with this new old mechanic of sticky. Oh, I threw myself right off where I didn't want to be thrown off. So I can throw myself well when I can always throw myself in the wrong place, but I can't quite throw it into the right place. That's the problem. Okay, I'm going to dip down here, and then when it comes up, I'm up. Oh, that was close, wasn't it? That was close. We're getting better. I'll tell you what this feels like. I said it was a bit like a fairground game in the last episode, but this feels a little bit like playing something like golf, where you intuitively feel you should know what to do. You know, hit the ball in the hole. Simple task. But finding the right balance, the right moment, and executing on it is a little bit tougher than it appears. Oh, cool. I was just a little bit early then, so we're going to go late. That's what we're going to do, is we're going to go late. Should have our lovely audio up a little bit. It does make a difference that the audio track is so serene and ooh. There we go again. It does make a difference that the audio track is so serene and unobtrusive. Ooh, that was nice. And there we go. You only have to get it right once. Where are we off to now? Secret mushroom. Please don't roll me off the edge. Please don't roll me off the edge. Okay, okay. Where are we off to now? There's one underneath me that may flick me off. Oh, that's another one here, isn't it? Whoa. That seemed a little unfair. You don't only have to get it right once, you have to get it right twice. If you're me. If you're us. It just came with a bit of flow, that's how it came. And that's how it went. Sneaking up into a little... Just going to shuffle you. Just going to give you the odd shuffle. And I'll maybe reduce the scale of my own face. How about that? Should we reduce the scale of my face? Would you like to see that? Would you like to see me shrink my face? That's the opposite. That's it. But then you can see all the green screen edges. So we'll do it this way. There you go, look. There you go. That's how a pro might shrink his face. Here we are. Quick. That was our small ride together. I hope it made you feel better. Yes, for sure. But why so short? And it was quite enjoyable when we got that flicking going round. And why so short? I was about to say that certain elements of this game feel like they could be exploited more, that you could make more of a level of it, that you could expand that mechanic out and have several more sections of that. Maybe it's not important to do that when you're creating a narrative game. Maybe just the hint of the challenge, the idea, the progress, the moving through it helps you to experientially move through the narrative, and that's enough. Me personally, I wouldn't want much more extensive level creation and expansion than that. Enough challenge, like I say, to sometimes. I bet other people don't find that a challenge at all. I bet it's just me. I bet when they play tested it, they're like, okay, 90% of people get this. There's a 10% of people that have a little bit of trouble, but we'll be okay. Yeah, I think that's enough challenge with a narrative game. But if they wanted to, if you wanted to do DLC or, you know, further adventures of the circle and make it more about the platforming and the puzzling and things like that, you could expand on that. But then I guess it would be a different game, wouldn't it? It would be a different game. So I think we're happy with the amount that level offered us. I think we're happy with that. I've got chat popped out. I'm going to pop it in and pop it out again. You can always pop it in and pop it out. Free to say hello if you want in chat. Age, sex, location, like in AOL back in the day. If you remember, you don't remember that. No one remembers that. No, I don't know. You don't have to say your age, sex, or location. It's nice to say hello, me to you. Hello. Why was that so short? Why was that level so short? It wasn't that short. You have your own journey circle. I'm just a small part of it. Bye now, dear. A small but important part that's helped us to by Miss Moss. Miss Moss has helped us to feel better when we're down. That was comforting. Comfort. It'll be good to be on my own for a while now. Comfort. Oh, I knocked that rock off. Woo! I can push the whole thing, look. Give it a little shovel. Give it a little shuft. Give it a little shufty along. Oh, that's the other one gone. And they're all gone. Whee! Smush. Interesting concept as well, isn't it? Good to be on your own. But if you get that bit... Oh, there's another rock. We're pushing it. I'll tell you what, I think we're going to need to push this one. I've got a feeling that that little jump up the end is going to be a little bit too... Oh. Wow, 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 who are you? Hey, I'm Circle. I'm kind of on my way through. Let's talk later. That shape there looks like it could fit in my circle hold on, I'm perfect, and I am perfect. You've no idea what you're missing out on. What a strange setup to... I mean, I think we're going to want the character to join us and expand on our journey, but we've got the option of saying, leave me alone. I've had enough encounters. I think we'll go with what exactly I'm missing out on. I'll fit perfectly into your mouth. Been there, done that. Didn't work out so well for me. But this time around, it'll be different. I can tell you. I see a bright future ahead of us. You're convincing. I guess it doesn't hurt to try. That's the spirit. Woo! But you do need to come up and get me. You could figure it out yourself. Or do you want me to give you a hint? A small hint, huh? Say yes, say yes. I'm not in the mood for something complicated. Just tell me. They've managed to, I like that. They've managed to subtly bring in an aspect of the dating game. You know, the game, the complexity of that game. Yeah, I'm not going to expand too much on that. I'm just going to say that they've managed to hint at it. Hint, hint. Which is nice, isn't it? It's nice. Stone. Yeah. Where am I going? I'm going to go and get this rock and I'm going to push it all the way up. Push it in all the way up. No. I'll tell you what, maybe if we push it the other way, we get some momentum. Look. A little bit of physics here for you. Let's go. Now flip over it. Right, now let's go. There you go. Look at that. I love a bit of physics. Lovely bit of physics. Now I'm stuck on the rock, almost. Higher. Jump. Jump! Ooh. There we go. New relationship formed. Circle and perfect. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. What's that giving me the ability to do now? I'm able to roll still. I can jump. But perfect doesn't appear to be doing anything else much. I feel a bit more energized. I feel like my circle has more energy. Maybe that's because I'm not bumping on my mouth. This is going fast. We're a bit like Sonic the old Hedgehog now, aren't we? The old leaving our worries behind. Going fast, leaving our worries behind. Together, look, we just jumps into. We do really make a perfect circle. Jumps into the void again. Leaps of faith. I don't even know what to say. This might not be the only way to form a perfect circle. I told you, did I not? I am perfect. Are we bouncing a bit there? Oh, yeah, well, if we were so perfect, we'd have... Not entirely perfect. We bounced a bit, so maybe we need to just lift over a couple of these little glitches. There you go. Oh, we haven't got the speed up there now. Come on. Cheeky. Cheeky. I feel like this may have been intended to be moved through a little quicker with a sort of pinball machine style. Wee. But we got there, look. And we're going to now hoy ourselves onto some of these bouncies and away. Look, circle. And again, we're elevated. A very nice ride down the mountain. We're up a mountain again. We're at the peaks again. Very nice up here. I really feel on top of the world, don't you? Sure, let's go. And it is a game of ups and downs, isn't it? It's a game of get you up. Like the balloon wanted to go high, and then we felt down. We experienced a mountain peak at the start, didn't we? At the very start. It was cold at the very start with that seed. And they wanted to... Did they want to come down from the mountain? We wanted to go down from the mountain. We seem to have come up and down. There's a wave form, isn't there? A wave forming. A little bit of a wave. A little bit of a wave. Journey of the Broken Circle. So I guess we're on to one more level. Boing! Oh yes, this is a speed level, look. And away we go. Oof. I'm just holding right, just going with it, going with the flow. Going left now, I suppose. Strange that we're going into the icy bowels. I think they were supposed to be loop-de-loops, but I'm miscontrolling it. Go on, circle. Loop-de-loop. No? Got a bit of lift there. Yeehaw! Lovely, lovely colour balance through that last section. Even more than me. Yeah, it's great, isn't it? I could never have gone so fast on my own. Rocks. Nothing giving us much resistance here. We're a perfect match. I suppose the rocks are just the implication of resistance. Maybe it's just me. Just the suggestion. Maybe I should just bounce over them. The flowers are nice. Zip through them though. We didn't stop and smell them, did we? And we learned earlier in the game about... Were those moles? About taking time to enjoy things. Is that a... glacier? Perhaps. Let's go through. We need to remember to enjoy the moments too. Sure, I'm enjoying the speed so much, it's beautiful. I could not do it without you. Isn't that amazing? Seems like this time it's Circle that's not entirely enamoured with the relationship. Consistent theme. What are we doing? Just zipping through. Let's jump. I know this. See that white cloud there? We can bounce on it. What do you mean, bounce on the cloud? I've done this many times before, you'll see. Maybe, or maybe I did that with a partner, maybe I won't be. Oh, I just missed it. Ah! Oh, fall through the clouds of illusion. I didn't have to try and bounce on that, I could have just left it, but... a bit weird. I feel like I'm maybe missing something from this. Oh, doing some talking now. We just got over that. There's a mushroom up there that we missed. Woo! It's just going by so quickly. Yeah, we're back. Hi, capital K. It's working at the moment. And we're on a journey of speed with our new circle. We may have to replay this level because it's going by so quickly. Hallelujah. Picked up a mushroom. Yeah, our little circle's got a new friend. We've got a new team on the go. Perfect. It's called. Oh, but even that doesn't kill us. Everything is fine on this level. Of just gliding and flying through it. Like nothing matters. But I've come to an impasse. Oh. I get so much momentum with this, but it doesn't quite carry me where I need to go sometimes. Great. So now I need to get up there. Come on, little circle, you chuffer. I'm not going to get tilted with this one now. We've achieved the difficult bits, I'm sure. And there we go. So much fun. It's so much fun splashing in water. We should go back and do it again. You see, I even said that myself. We should do it again. A waterfall. Alright, we're going. Whoa, didn't have much choice in that matter. Woo! Yeah, I feel this level totally holds more for those who will explore. it's good level design as well, because it's hinted at it, it's shown it to you along the way. You know it's there, but yet we're still being powered along our journey, so might have to just go with the flow on this one. If I could use the flow to get me out of this. Yes. Hooray, little circle, don't you go back there. Up there, no. Up we go. Do you want to go back on ourselves? I don't want to go back on ourselves. I want to go up this way. Yeah. Little Superfly. Journey of the Broken Circle. That was a really quick level. We're going to pause. Just to reflect. Just take a moment. Just take a little moment. Because that one went by so quick, didn't it? Should we slightly expand the size of my face? Which way do I need to move? That way. There you are. You moved. I seen you. It's been deep so far, hasn't it? It's been deep so far. And that level flashed by so quickly. We got a new partner. I got so big face. Is that Glad Jonas? I'll tell you something while we're paused, which means I can edit this out of the playthrough, can't I? So I can talk about whatever I want now. Is that Glad Jonas? Glad Jonas. I don't know all of the Twitch emotes. I don't know what they all mean, but that one I'm pretty sure is Glad Jonas. I don't know what it means. I don't know what they mean. I know that Peppy the Frog, I don't like the frog. Ugh. It's an ugly little face, isn't it? Ugly little face, that one. It's not a good aesthetic. Just going to have a drag of a cigarette, which is naughty, so we don't do it on camera. Twitch doesn't officially mind, but I do. I think it's a bad role model sort of look. But we're not getting tilted. I'll tell you that, capital K. We're not getting tilted. Glad Jonas. I thought that was what that face was. I thought the person whose face it is called Jonas. I thought that was his streamer tag or something. Glad Jonas. Keck W. I know that one. Keck is from World of Warcraft, when you wouldn't be able to see back in the day. I don't know if it's still the case, but back in the day when if you're Alliance, the other side of the Horde, if you're the Horde, the other side of the Alliance, and you can talk to each other on your team, the Horde can talk to each other and the Alliance can talk to each other, but the other team's chat is all scrambled through a kind of simple code, crypto, I don't know what the word, I wanted to say codex, it's the wrong word, and so what would happen is you wouldn't be able to understand any of their chat, but people would write lol, and lol would always be kek. So kek would appear a lot, and people would they adopted the word kek instead of the word lol because it's synonymous and they could interchange it. So that's where kek came from. I know that one. There's benefits to being old, you know. So yeah, that level slipped by really quick, and I just wanted to reflect quickly on it. We will reflect more deeply at the end of the playthrough. We'll have a look at what we thought about it all. I'm old in terms of the internet. Too old for the internet. Too old for the internet. Yeah, so I just wanted to pause and reflect. I want to make sure we keep pointing this playthrough at the aim of art critique without being critical. And I think we stalled a little bit, partly because of my internet stallage, partly because of that, but also I got a bit stuck on one of the parts of the game, and now we're back in the flow, and that was really a quick flow, and it gave us, maybe this is part of game design here rather than artistic design, I don't know, These things have to marry and they have to work together. But for the game to be replayable, they've added in these mushrooms, these other aspects, these little bits that you can maybe work your way around the level differently. And that last level, it felt like an old Sonic level where you whip by all the stuff, but you see a special in a box, and then your mate Jonathan can get that special in the box because he knows his way how to get up the secret bit of the level, and you're like, wow, look at that. Like, it felt like there was some things hidden from us that we could go back and discover, and that's good game design. It's good game design. In terms of the narrative and what it's saying to us as art, I think that's where it started to deviate a little from maybe or maybe not. You know, I did say we should look at this, and to be a good art critic, you should look at something more than once and to have a relationship with the piece over time. So maybe replaying this, we'll see different things from it. So maybe that's actually a positive aspect of that, not just in design but in art choice. You know, for the art piece itself to say to you, play me again, is not a bad thing for a piece to say. Certainly not in the context when it's got more to say. So that's interesting. I really need to stop going, don't I? Very Sonic Emerald Hills. Yeah, that was it. Emerald Hills. Yeah, very that. Looping the old loops, which I didn't manage to loop. I just did it then. This is good, this being on stream, because it gives me the ability to directly self-analyze my personality and behavior. I can't behave other than just being myself. I can't do anything other than that. I'm sure we've all seen that over the years. But and I did it then. Now I'm aware of it. I'm going to have to cut it out. It's going to improve me. That is, it's going to improve me. I'm going to not say so much. So it's because I'm trying to assemble my thoughts and fill the space, and for some reason starting the sentence or starting the vocalization allows my brain to kick into gear. I was saying that the Journey of the Broken Circle artistically has whipped us through a level. In terms of emotion, narrative, the story is becoming more clearly about relationships, in my opinion. We've had a couple during the game. They've worked and not worked. We've discussed separations, feelings. They brought up how that drags us down. They've given us the opportunity to be comforted and recover. And then we've gone on a very fast. So in terms of what they're talking of, in my opinion, what seems perfect, very fast-paced, maybe something you might want to go back over. Maybe something you might want to go back over. Very fast-paced. Maybe that's a type of relationship that people have. Maybe that's something, the whirlwind of romance. Maybe that's something they're saying in that. BRB, that means be right back. So I do know my internet chat. That means be right back. I'll be right back. I'm still here. I've not gone anywhere. Let's gently... Whoa. We're not going to continue on if I can't see anything. Let's shrink, Ray. Shrink me down. Shrink me down. Look at this, look. There's me. There's me. Right. Shrink. That's what they do, isn't it? You're talking. I know I'm talking. Whoa. That's it. That was perfect, that one. I'll do it one more time. Journey of the Broken Circle. So let's just look. I just want to be there in the corner. In the corner. Upon the corner. In the corner. Gotta be really careful what else to say. Right, let's move the chat. Nice relaxing Journey of a Broken Circle. And let's continue. Let's continue. So we found perfection. Or so it seems. I mean, I'm happy with that if it does turn out that, oh look, spring flowers. They smell amazing. If it does turn out, sure, it looks great. Careful, let's enjoy this. We motored through them before, come on. I see it, you see, I was going to say, I don't mind if it does turn out that Circle feels happy with this form of perfection, but I feel that Circle is already not as, look, we smashed them all through, look, boom. Whee! Oh, that was good, that was good. Circle might not be as happy with it, but me personally, I quite enjoy the old... Oh, what happened? Oh, I died. Quite enjoy the old flying around. Oh, there's something eating me in the water. I'm just going to take it a bit steady, because Circle said to take it a bit steady. What are my options here? Water's okay. Oh, it's that thing down the bottom that's eating me in the water. Jump. Splush. Oh, I'm getting eaten in the water. What are my options? It must be achievable from over here. I wonder what it is that's doing it. Jump. Hold it back. That eats me. Is there a space in the water that I need to hit? In the middle there? In between them? Just there? Yeah, you see. Now what the chuff have I... Why am I down in there? Oh, snuck out. There we go. We made it. We made it! Chuffling around. What's happening now? I'm not going down in there and getting eaten. Whee! Let's go. No. I may have to try and go down in there and not get eaten. Go on then. Eaten. It's achievable though, because we've been down in the water before and not got eaten. See? Popped out the other side. Popped out. Like a cheeky moly. And now I think what we need is momentum. Don't get eaten. Hi. My perfect partner's gone quiet, haven't they? They're not saying much. They're not offering me any words of advice on our little journey. Popped out like that. That was good. I think maybe it's the momentum in the water that I'm supposed to gain. Maybe there's a perfect point of equilibrium here. I'm certainly not supposed to crash into the floor, am I? Look, we were doing better before. We were at least getting out of that little chuffling. Yeah. Whee! Now just let me... Seems that we should just be able to just pop up there, doesn't it? Where are we going now? We fly around for some reason with this... with this perfect piece. We just get momentum, we suddenly start going. But it's not enough to take us exactly where we need to go, is it? Look. Just steady, steady, look. Not in there. That's it. That's the one. Just gentle on the controls. Just going with the flow. Not pushing it. Just letting it do its thing. It wants to take us to the right place. I was pushing us off, if anything. Look at that. Dead. Go on, go on, go on. Oh, no. Okay, so this is a bit more zen, a bit more meditative. It's a bit more just about finding the right flow of it and just letting it. That nearly did for us. We got up there. Look. Now what? What the chuff? You chuffer. I don't know what this is saying to us about perfection and I'm now distracted by the game itself, you know, by the attempts I'm making to, don't go backwards, to clear this little route. I don't know where I'm supposed to go, and I don't really know what the... Maybe I land on the dragonfly. No, I don't know what we're saying about relationships by having these corals as these traps in this level. I've got to hit that dragonfly, haven't I? I've got to hit that dragonfly. Undertone, undertow, dragging us down. Just can't hit the dragonfly. What is the message here? That was close, wasn't it? I bet it's not hit the dragonfly. I bet dragonfly kills you anyway, but maybe it'll fly us off somewhere. Come on. Nope, I hit the dragonfly and nothing happened. So it's not that. It definitely wants us out here, doesn't it? Then what are we doing out here? Oh, we can go under there. Oh. That was strange. Look, under there. I'm under here. So it don't matter about your dragonfly. I've just got to make sure I can get past the corals. Just get eaten straight away. Go with the flow. Feel the force. Feel the zen. Feel the force. Feel the flow. Feel my flow with the texture. This is not a tester. We're the best at London to Manchester. Who have come to get you hyper? That was Fearless. Fearless MC. He was a great MC. I don't know if he's still going. He probably is, isn't he? Fearless. Boom, 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 so boom selector. This one going out to each and every raver. No matter what your race, creed, or your colour. Fearless on the mic. Boom selector. An MC evolved from a crook, that's me. I rock the mic now, see, access all areas. Yeah, see, look, just going with the flow. That's what it requires. All you need to do is just get your groove on. Get your smooth groove on. Oh, the water's going up. Oh, I drowned. So we're out here, we're under here, and we're up. No, but now the water is up, so up we go. There you see, sweet as a nut. It's kind of pleasant. Now that I've got the gist of, you know, not trying to push things too much, trying to just go with the flow. There is a sort of pleasant zen vibe to this now. In fact, if there were just a little more consistency to the flow, and I wasn't hitting quite so many of the oh, shouldn't we go up there and explore a bit? If it was just a little more consistent in the flow, and I wasn't hitting so many of those objects, it would have really smoothly got into that zen vibe. So it was on its way to something there, but I don't know if we quite hit it. And again, I don't know if that's me and my inability to platform. No, we need to move on. I'm tired of staying in the same place all the time. So my little perfect shape really likes pushing ahead, don't they? They like moving and going places. Whoa! Pointing us up a geyser. We'll have a go on the geyser. Oh no, it's gone. Maybe I needed to get more momentum from that whole thing. Oh no, we're stuck here. Do you think so? I kind of like this place. So fun with all the water. Yeah, I don't think we're stuck here, because we've not been stuck anywhere, have we? And you can't... That would be weird, wouldn't it, if the game just decided just to end with us just being stuck here. But I do think it's going to be a challenge to... What's happening there? The geezer's going this way. Oh, I think that's added water. I think that's added water. There we go, yeah. Look, a little patience is good sometimes. Whoa, a hill. Wait! Well, I was doing that, so that was on me. Can you please stop pulling a bit? Oh no, wait, I'm not doing it, look. Must go right. Okay, so now I've got an issue with my controls. which is that they want to pull me right. Ooh, which isn't too bad because going right is the main objective. There's a giant phallus. Oh, I died. Got to sneak through the base of the lava lamp. Let's get through there. What am I going to need to do here? I'm pretty convinced I need to go through that gap. Up too much and you hit it and you're in the thing. Up not enough and you don't hit it. Let's just do no up. Not on that one. Let's do jump. Let's do no jump. We don't make it. So we need maybe a small amount of jump, and if we try with the small amount of jump, oosh. Maybe if I hold back a certain amount to, because when I'm holding forward we're getting that double amount, aren't we? Maybe if I just hold back a bit, look like that, I can adjust the jump. I certainly can in ways, but it's not in the right ways, is it? I'm getting too much upward trajectory. I don't know if I can flow down on it. Maybe I need to go over it. Maybe I need to get as much upward trajectory as we can. No. Still not frustrated by this puzzle yet, but starting to get there. Come on, come on. Oh, yes. Please take it easy. Okay, okay. Oh, no. I dunked us. It's tough, this is. I think we've got to sneak along the bottom here. Always good to sneak along the bottom. I think we need to sneak, because that throws us up and into that. Can we get up and on? No, we can't get up and on, can we? Look. Just need to sneak ourselves through there with just a little skip jump. Like that. That's the one. That's the one. That's the Bumbacana. Oh no. I was just going to start rapping because I was enjoying it. That's the one. That's the Bumbacana. More royal than the Majaraja. What you cut and call a weed is. I've been doing it my way like Frank Sinatra. That's hop. Skip. Oh, it's just delicate here. It's just delicate. A little set piece puzzle again, isn't it? Another one of these little, almost like a little one screen frustration puzzle. Get the knack, get it done. It's a bit like speedrunning. This game is almost like a sort of introduction to speedrunning. I'm sure this is the same sort of, oh, the beauty of speed, hurry. There you go. There's irony for you. Not irony, something. No, no, no. Oh. If you can just get the knack and just get this all just jinking along at the right pace, you get it. Don't even need to push jump. I don't even need to push jump on that one. That's just a little one. I get my momentum and then we come back and just a little skip and a skip. Oi, oi. I don't need to press jump on that one. Come on. Use your brain. Use your brain, Scotty Arty. Don't need to press jump on that one. A little skip. We're over. Yeah, I think this is sort of like the trial and error, repeated mistake. Get the knack, repeat it, make it muscle memory. You know, I got it wrong then again. Process that a speedrunner goes through. Why are we not catching that last one? It's not feeling frustrating yet either again. You know, it's still acceptable to have this level of challenge in a platformer. Still feel it's on me to just make these moves. That's nice. Oh no, no, oh, they're pulling me again. That's what's going on here. Right, okay. Got you, that's why I was effing it off there. They're pulling me again all of a sudden. We're over. We're through. This could be an issue. Plop. We're through. Please take it easy. You know, please take it easy. I agree. We're all in agreement. Just take it easy. Through another little... this is more difficult because it shrunk me a little to get the entire scene in. Just gonna... What am I going to do? Just hit this one and then... Oh... Maybe I don't need to hit that one. Maybe that's a mistake. Maybe I need to just launch. No, we definitely need to hit that one. So again, it's a hop, skip and a jump. Steady little circle. Skip. A jump. And then this is going to fire us. Ooh, 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 ooh. We got a little hoit. A little hoit. And then we stop on this one. And when we get to the jump, what now? No. Well, I should have waited. My little perfect friend. Not giving me the perfect advice there. But this is acceptable. This is good. This is a nice challenge. I like the fact that now it's zoomed out, it feels a bit more, I don't know what the word is, expansive. Gives it a bit more sense of what we're waiting for. I was waiting for it to fall down properly. Finally, don't you complain? Getting critiqued on my platforming skills by my perfect partner here. I'll drown them, that'll sort them out. Again, it's a leap of faith here, so I don't know what I'm supposed to do. And make it to the other side, I guess. Just got to make it to the other side, so... Let's gather enough momentum. Nope. This is strange. Maybe I've got to go off at a high trajectory. It's starting me there, so it must want me to go from there, surely. Oh, there we go. I basically managed to hammer a double jump in at the end. That's alright, that's a big jump at the end. It's a big jump at the end. It reminded me of Mario. Speed running, of that whole thing. A bit of platforming in there. And it did... that mud thing felt like it was dragging us down. Yeah, I hated it. It took out the speed. Do you think that was meant as a sign? What you're talking about? There's been so much to take in, and I didn't even get to chat to anyone. Well, other than you. I don't mind chatting to you. But hey, we must push on. So much is waiting for us. New exciting moments out there. This is weird, because that's what I was saying. Yeah, just a while ago. That's what the circle was saying to the other characters. Listen, I love speed, but I also like to take it slow from time to time. Timing, isn't it? It's about timing, this is. We've no time to take it slow. Let's go. Oh, we're off again. I've moved chat, so now I can't see what's going on. And we're off. Splush. Alright. Alright. Oh, I see. Now, this time, I have no choice. See, I'm not even pressing the controller now. So, we are off. And it's started to feel strange that we're on the relationship from the other side now, aren't we? We're now the one feeling out of control, whereas before we were pushing things. Interesting. I thought we saw something that I might have been able to explore up there, but plop, plop, plop mud. There, just off behind us. No. Just up there, look, there's a little... It's not letting me. Oi! This mud... Oh, I thought we got over through that then. Mud skipper. You little mud skipper. Oh, I hit the oosh with my head. So I've got to really leave this jump late. There you go. This is quite cool, actually. It's going by so quickly. I feel like I'm just in flow, zen flow again. You know, I'm just focused on that ball, on that circle, and watching things zip by. This is starting to become repetitive. I didn't notice because I was so engrossed in it. But maybe it is. Wait a sec, have we been here before? I can't tell. Plop. Okay, little jump up, little T block thing. No, we're alright, over that. I said wait. I just need to think. I don't have time to think, I've got to keep pressing buttons. I'm moving forward. Yeah, I see what we're driving at here. They could even push the acceleration more, in my opinion, on this and make it really feel out of control. But then maybe I'd complain about the challenge. But yeah, it's starting to feel out of my control. I said stop. What's up? This is too much. Stop going so fast. But it's great, the beauty of speed. What's the use of looking behind at the moment when we must something of the impossible and go fast, 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 like the speed of light. Like that, we can do everything together. I don't want to do everything like that. I want to smell the flowers and talk to the others we meet. Yeah, I like doing that. Enjoy the moment, not just rush past it. Being together is beautiful. I must go on from here. What do you think? Should we separate? I've got this feeling that if I say being together is beautiful, then we are going to run the same level again. And that we do need to separate in order to make true progress. I've also got the feeling that eventually companion might chill out. You know, they're like we were earlier, so maybe giving them some time, they might chill out. But maybe they've got to go on their own journey like Balloon did. I don't know the correct answer. I don't know if there is a correct answer. Perfect. I used to be like you. All that mattered was speed and going forward. Now I'm in the present moment. I feel complete by myself. I'm very sorry, Perfect, but this is where we part. I see nothing has changed. I mean, I feel really sad for Perfect. Because I knew you'd miss it. Hey, I mean, I could move on, couldn't I? But, hello, I feel really sorry for Perfect that they can't move at all now. Circle, come back, because they were enjoying going forward, so I feel really sorry for Perfect that they can't. I feel like I can't leave them. That if I leave them, I'm abandoning them on their journey. I could, bye now, take care. Okay, I've made that choice, I guess. I guess I've made that choice. I see nothing's changed. We move on. But I feel really bad for Perfect. Oh no, I feel terrible. I just left Perfect. Should I roll back? No, that would be worse. I don't know if it would be worse. I don't know. I suppose that's what happens is you don't know. And then here we are again. Back to something that now at least is not so scary that it's familiar. What's wrong with me? I went out on this journey looking for something to complete me, to make me perfectly round. I found it, and then I'm unhappy. What do I want? I mean, I wasn't completely unhappy. I just felt that we were out of sync. Not going back there, I guess. Oh, there's a bridge. It's a collapsy bridge. Oh no. It didn't. Or maybe a different bridge collapsed. I heard some collapsing. We'll push ahead. This does feel curious. I wanted to pause, but I think I'll just do it in the flow like this with the screen still there. Yeah, this does feel curious, doesn't it? It's giving me a curious feeling of uncertainty, of being unsure. It asked, let me big me face up, big up me face. It gave us a choice. It gave us a question. I'll move you. I'll shift you around. I'll shift you around. It gave us a question. It gave us a choice, and the choice wasn't easy, was it? We definitely weren't offered sometimes in life this is the case, that you're not offered the perfect choice. A or B is not, or maybe you want C. I enjoyed being with perfect. I enjoyed moving forward, but I just wanted to slow it down a little bit. It wasn't that I wanted to either break up or go at breakneck speed. I wanted to find a middle ground between the two. And it didn't offer us the choice. Life didn't offer us the choice. The game didn't offer us the choice. That's okay. That's brought up this, I'm sure that was a creative decision when offering the players a choice, thinking how they feel when they make the choice. The people that made this game clearly think artistically. They clearly value the ability of art to invoke feelings, to discuss ideas. So I've been doing a lot of then, hadn't I? Didn't pick me up on that. They clearly know what they're doing when they're giving us that choice, and so I feel that confusion, that sense of duty to perfect. It was interesting that perfect was the one that said they were perfect, and whilst they fit really nicely, there were things that weren't perfect, so we know for a fact they weren't perfect. But when you find something that's so close, maybe you want to just, I don't know, maybe the fear of this, of going back to this place, is, maybe that seems worse. Maybe it seems worse, maybe it seems worse, maybe it seems worse. Maybe it seems worse, maybe it seems worse, maybe it seems worse, I'm a giant. Maybe it seems worse, maybe it seems worse, maybe it seems worse, maybe I'm teeny tiny. Just somewhere in the middle will be alright, thanks. There we are. Let's go. Let's find out what happens next on our journey. I wonder if we made a different choice, whether we would still progress in the same fashion. It had a linear set of levels, didn't it? Oh no. Back here again. Yeah, but I kind of expected it. Everything's repeating itself. I just want it to stop. But also, why don't you just do it this time? You're alone again. You're mine. Oh, here we go. But you see, I don't agree. I think what I've learned so far is that by moving forward, we've been able to find interesting new things that may or may not be... Oh, we've got a broken bridge problem, haven't we? Where are we going? That may or may not be... Can I go this way? I'll get you. That may or may not be perfect. Oh, it did get me. It did get me. But I see that it there's a repeating pattern. I may meet someone else. May have another opportunity. So... Oh, we've been blocked off. Okay, we've been blocked off that way. I see. Okay, and you want to break this off. Look, what's going to happen is you're going to break that. I don't care what you're saying, depression. I don't care. I'm back on myself this way. Okay, nearly. Oh, I went into depression by mistake. I'm going to lead you a merry dance, depression. You're going over here. You're going to break that for me. Then I'm going to go back round. Okay, going over here. You're going to break that for me. Then I'm going back round. No? I thought you were going to break this. Oh, I have to break it. We have to break it. We have to do... Come on. I'm breaking... I could do it forever. I'll tell you what, depression, I can do it forever. I can do this forever. I mean, am I making a mistake? If we go at that end, we definitely get chuffed off, don't we? So I just need to break through here. Am I doing it wrong? I thought by trying and trying, I would eventually succeed. Look, it looks like it's crumbling even. Go on, depression, break through that thing for me. You chuffer. I'm going up here. This is no good. So up there's no good. It looks like you can get down there, doesn't it? It looks like there's a way down. Maybe if I knock this thing off the top or something. And it's crumbling and bumbling when I'm jumping on it. My other option is to go this way. So let's exhaust all the options. But I did think this was an abyss. Oh no, I see. Why don't you just do it this time? Asks depression. Oh, I'll never find my peace. Back off. This is not the end for me. Yes, it's true, there's really no point. No, I don't agree with I'll never find my peace. I mean, well, I can agree with that. I can agree with it. It might be that I never find my peace, but then I'm a circle with a mouth, and that's what it was. No, there are people out there that there are circles out there that have worse trouble than finding their peace. You know, they have worse trouble than finding their peace. And whilst I would love to be a complete circle and find my peace, you know, even analogous here, talking about my actual life, I would like that, but I don't think that it will happen if I jack it in and give up. So that's definitely not going to be the way to happen. And if it doesn't happen, you know, as we've seen through Circle's journey, we've gone on interesting journeys and done interesting things, and like things have been interesting and good in ways and times, and difficult, and we've got over difficulties, and again, like, people have far worse lives than that. So I'll never find my peace is not, it's a statement, but it's not a statement of end or intent, really. It's just like a statement of possibility, which I'm comfortable with, I guess. Not happy with, but comfortable it could be a possibility. Back off. I don't know if I can fight depression by being angry at it. I certainly don't agree that I can fight depression by being angry at it. This is not the end for me. That's how I feel. I feel like we can push on. We can find another piece. We can roll down some more places. We've seen some mountains, some valleys. We could talk to Balloon and stick balloons off in the sky, but you know, we could talk to Sticky again, see if Sticky's grown and taken root as they wanted to, or we could push forwards into unknown territories. So this is not the end for me. Or yes, it's true, there's no point. Well, as I've explained, the whole journey so far, even though we've encountered failings, has taught us that you can, like at the start we didn't even know, we were just like, I'm incomplete, and then we were like, wow, we can find some things and put them in our mouth. I don't know if that's the right turn of phrase. That's what they say, that, you know, that's what happened, but that's not exactly what I mean. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. It's not about putting things in your mouth, but you know what I mean. Sorry, the chat placement, I'm sorry. Sorry that I just dropped you off the bottom there as well. So this is not the end for me. Why do you think Balloon let you go? I mean, I don't waste my time worrying about why Balloon let me go. They had their own journey, didn't they? They had their own, like, I don't have to understand every decision Balloon makes. We're about 0% on the battery now, but I've got another one on charge. So I'm literally just going to get up while we think about why Balloon left us. This should just work if I just switch the battery over. This shouldn't have a problem. It will pause my screen for a minute, but then I will return swift. It's my belief that I will return swiftly. It's my belief that I will return swiftly. Feels like we should have returned swiftly. Yes, we've returned swiftly. And I just have to bump up the ISO. There we go. So, yeah, Balloon left us because... why did balloon leave us? They had their own journey to go on. And this isn't a psychoanalysis of all my previous relationships, but that can be the case, is that you might be confused or you might not understand things, but that's not really that important. That our journey is not contingent on our understanding of balloon's journey. I think that's right. I mean, maybe it's important you learn things from your experiences, but balloon still had things to figure out by itself. I was too possessive. I'm not. Now I remember that actually. Yeah, balloon felt that I was clinging on to them too much and holding them back, but I don't think that was because I was too possessive like the snail. I don't think I was like holding them. I let them fly. I helped them to fly, but at some point, my just our connection was the thing that held them back, not my attempt to drag them down. Like when the snail was all over you, it was more. I mean, I was trying my hardest to inflate them and things. So it was more. I was not enough. It's not that I wasn't enough. It's not that I wasn't enough. It's really interesting, isn't it? They're actually forcing us to answer these questions. Okay. This is going to require some enlargement of my face. So as I get bigger, I'm going to talk deeper because I'm a giant. And chat. Capital K. People of the world, spice up your life. This is quite an important one, and I think it's a really good thing that they've done in this. I think this part of this experience is worthy of a gold star, a sticker, a thumbs up, art critique, we like, whatever your way of, 10 points. I've got a picture that's 10 points somewhere. I can't show it you yet. 10 points. Should I find a way of showing you the 10 points? We'll show you 10 points another time. I'll organise myself with my pictures that I want to use on stream, and we'll use them another time. But 10 points for this. Yeah, absolutely approved. Not only... I'll tell you why. First of all, I'll tell you what's happening, and then I'll tell you why it's so good, okay? These questions, they had to figure things out by themselves. I was too possessive. I was not enough. These three things, when you break up with someone, all three things may be the case in different degrees. Maybe none of them are the case. Maybe the last two, I was not enough and I was too possessive, as we've seen in this instance, might seem to be the case from the perspective of Balloon. Balloon felt that we were dragging them down. Balloon felt that we weren't able to provide them with enough inflation. Those strange words to be using about a relationship, but it really, and this is why it's good. It's why it's good. I'll say in a minute. They've allowed us to think about, or forced us to think about, these things from an abstract perspective, from an abstract, separated concept from our own experience and minds. But then we can relate them to our own experience and minds, and we can ask the same questions of ourselves. And it's important to know that Balloon still had things to figure out by itself. I think I can say that. I think my reading of this experience in this game leads me to this conclusion, because that's how I feel at this point in my life. Like, I'm reasonably confident in who I am and what I think and my values, and I know that as we discussed with this whole thing, that my journey, my broken circle journey, I've had these different relationships, these breakups. I felt these things. I felt I'm not enough. I felt that I was too possessive. I have been too possessive. I'll be honest about that. And I've learned from these things, and that's changed me along my journey. And so when I approach this and say it at this end of this journey, for me, I'm able to see that perspective. It's really interesting I'm playing this at this point in my life as well. Maybe I will find my part of my circle and get married in the next few years and revisit this art with a different perspective. Maybe I will do that. Maybe I won't. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll revisit this art with a similar perspective. Maybe my perspective changes over time if things happen different ways. That'll be interesting. But at this point in my life, I definitely side on Balloon still had things to figure out by itself. I feel that there were constructives in our relationship in the game and things that were negative. I think I've had relationships that have been a bit like that. I think I've had the other ones a bit like sticky or mossy. You know, I think I've had a bit of this experience. But I think somebody who hasn't had that experience, who might be a bit younger, who maybe hasn't had so many relationships in their life, I think for them to go through this game, maybe at an earlier, because it's a game, isn't it? It's presented in a way that young people can understand and interact with, and it's not like we're talking about deep adult themes, relationships, behaviour, being possessive, feeling jealous, helping your partner, giving up something of yourself, breakups. We're talking about adult, you know, quite grown up, deep, emotional. I don't want to say grown up and adult, actually, that's wrong, because young people can feel these things. Young people do feel these things. But they're difficult to understand and process. Maybe the younger you are, the stronger you feel. I don't know. But this point of entry to talking about these feelings, to thinking about these feelings, being able to run this game after your first breakup, after your second, after your eighth. I don't know how many breakups we will get. I certainly know I've had a few. Some people don't even have one. Who knows? But being able to run this game with different perspective might feel differently when you come to this question, and it might help you to question your own feelings about this question. And it's quite important, because what we're also talking about, really, you know, on a deeper level, is the mental health of our little circle. We're talking about jumping into the void, suicide. You know, we're talking about depression. We're talking about how those feelings are brought on by a breakdown in a relationship, or something you wanted in your life that is not sticking around or has become fragmented. We're talking about those sort of feelings. Again, something that artwork is important because it talks about feelings. Not every artwork, not tapping the mic, not every artwork is important for that reason, but certainly in a general sense, it's fair to say that most of humanity would agree that artwork's important because it talks about feelings. And this piece of artwork is allowing a conversation about feelings that has not been able, it's not been, I don't know if a painting can create this level of mental process, of interactive process, of learning, of understanding, of a journey that we've gone on together, and we're asking and answering questions about ourselves and others, and how we feel about the relationships we have, and how we respond to those behaviours in others. I don't know if you can do that as easily in a painting. I'm not dissing painting. Like, painting's good, obviously. I'm not dissing painting. But this is something special, isn't it? This is something special. And what they've done, I believe it would be their intent to do this. And I believe they've markedly achieved their intent there. So the point of a narrative, the point of a story, can be to impart knowledge, it can be to entertain. But you can entertain and impart knowledge, and maybe even do something deeper. And I believe, and this is my belief, and I know that there is pop media, trash media that doesn't follow what I'm about to say, but I believe good media, good quality media, something that's worth making, can do this on these levels, and should do this. Like, a really good film should have these sort of level of intents. I might be wrong, maybe just blowing things up and You know, but in my opinion, even an action film like that can have a more important subtext. Can do things like this, even through the prism of something so. You know, I'm not. I say pop because I mean it to be more disposable culture with less thought. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? It's really interesting what this game has done, what it's able to do, and its position as indie game, because it is, isn't it? It's an indie game. It's a small studio. This isn't, when I'm talking about in comparison to other art forms there, like film, we automatically think of films that are produced by maybe 50, 100, 200, 300 people with 5, 10, 20 million budget. This isn't that. This is something more personal, something more of a labour of love in a way, I believe, that's come from a smaller group of people that can still do something equally as powerful. They're my interesting thoughts. These are my interesting thoughts. That's what I just felt moved to. That's, you know, that's our critique. That's art critic, isn't it? That's me being an art critic. I'm me being an art critic. That's me being an art critic. I'm an art critic. I'm an art critic. And you're my Ganji Puko warriors. And that's just how it's going to be. That's just how it's going to be. So we're going to answer Balloon had things to figure out by itself in a calm, confident way. And we're going to know it to be the truth. We're also going to accept that whilst we didn't go to the extents of Snail, we have been possessive. We didn't want to let Balloon go. We'll accept that. I wasn't enough for Balloon. I don't know if I'm ever going to accept that, because being enough isn't what I even wanted in the first place. Partnership, you know, going on a journey together. It's not some sort of competition, being enough. I feel that I have a lot to offer, me personally. Now talking, it's weird the way I'm trying to talk about Circle, but I have to relate it to my thoughts about relationships. So I do feel that I've got a lot to offer, fairly confident in that aspect. And I do feel that there are some deficiencies in the social standard of what a relationship should be that I don't offer, but then don't care to. So, yeah, I don't know. Not enough for some Balloon. Balloon didn't ask me to be enough either. It didn't say. It just said, look, I'm going to have to do this on my own. So, yeah, no, I'm all right with that. But I can see how this I'm not enough is definitely a feeling that I've had before in the past. Not about the way the Balloon relationship worked, about a different style of relationship maybe. But like I said, I think that's about perspective and time in life. So we're going to answer, Balloon still had things to figure out by itself. Hi Scott, this is a new chatter, a new Ganji Puka Warrior. So we are going to finally made one of your live streams. I had to stop watching last stream because I noticed you. Last stream because okay. Hello. Oh, it's Nigel. Right, cool. Nigel has helped absolutely in tremendous ways. Nigel has. You have. Telling everybody who you are now. But yeah, I really am grateful for those overlays for stream. Nigel, meet Kelvin. We are the Ganji Puka Warrior crew together. And it's good to have you here. It's good to have you here. We're just pushing on with our little journey here. We've been discussing relationships. We're facing depression and the void, and we've decided that there's nothing really deeply wrong with ourselves, that our circle can push on in our adventure and seek its own happiness. You will never meet anyone. It's like I didn't think that was coming. I didn't think that was coming. I thought that our strident confidence would beat back depression, who does seem a little cowed, Does seem a little cowed now, but angered. I don't mind if depression's angered. We can anger depression. Perhaps not. I might just be an imperfect circle, but I do feel I've come a long way. I agree with both of those. Perhaps not. I might not meet the perfect person. I might not meet the perfect attachment to my circle, and it might be okay. I might just be an imperfect circle, but I do feel I've come a long way. I agree with that. I agree with that. I might not be perfect. In fact, I don't ever expect I will be. But just moving forward and coming a long way is good. Why don't you just succumb to me? I'm here, waiting. Well, you'll always be there waiting. And I just know deep in my heart that the true reality of life is not to succumb to that. That's always there as the worst case scenario. But we can drive through some worst cases before we get to that. Ready. Always. There is meaning. Yeah, of course there's meaning. Sharing. Making things more positive. It's been difficult as it's been so far. It's also been wonderful. Exactly, that's my point. And now I've confronted anxiety. Oh, this is anxiety. This isn't just depression, this is anxiety. I think I can deal with it. Yes and no. I think a good message in the game, a good message and an overt message, one they've signposted here. They've stuck a big flag in the map to say this is the anxiety and you can deal with it if you confront it. They're giving a positive message to the people playing. But also, I think in the way the game has drawn us through this journey of discovery about our feelings towards others and how we relate to them, by pushing us through a journey where we relate to others and then questioning us about it. I don't feel I tapped the microphone, I'm sorry. I don't think we have addressed real strategies to deal with anxiety through the game, and I mistook anxiety myself for depression. Might have even been told that it was anxiety and still mistook it for depression myself because I'm an idiot. But but that being the case, I kind of feel that I'm just going to lighten up my face. Just going to improve the ISO here, so brighten up our picture. And I'm just going to have to change the colour temperature. Colour temperature. I don't want my face. And the colour. Oh no, I'm going more yellow now, more glowing orange, more nuclear. That's not the way I want to go. There we go, and that should help the green screen a little as well. Yeah, I think the game is fantastic for what it has done, but to assume that we've dealt with anxiety without giving us any concrete evidence or strategy is a little bit. Yeah. There are concrete strategies to deal with anxiety. We talk about them in Mental Health Monday. And the general point that if you confront it, you can deal with it is true. But merely facing your anxieties head on, we'll do a quick big face for this. Once upon a time, and I'll just say this quickly, once upon a time when I was feeling much more anxious, this is way before any of this internet stuff, when I used to do hairdressing, the doctor gave me some tablets to help with my sleeping anxiety, and they were sort of only a short-term prescription just to help you get to sleep. And what they did, as you fell asleep, they made the effect of the tablet made you feel confused, hallucination style confused, because they were a sleeping medication sort of thing. So I was feeling anxious one night and I took one of these tablets, and the television downstairs was keeping me awake. So instead of sleeping, I was actually still kind of awake, and I was confused. And my anxiety was something about, there was an argument, it was a soap opera on the television. Quickie big face, quick little big face. There was a soap opera on the television, and the argument in the soap opera was playing in my mind as if it was people in the garden that were arguing, and it was me they were arguing about. They were angry at me, and so my anxiety was increasing. And I was supposed to be getting to sleep without feeling anxious. This is why I wanted this little tablet to help. So thanks very much. We didn't continue with these tablets. The doctor said probably just leave them if they're not helping. But anyway, this night this happened. So talking of facing anxiety, this is me all over. I'll tell you another story as well after this one. But facing anxiety, I jumped out of bed in my boxers, in my old boxer shorts, jumped out of bed, ran downstairs, grabbed my dog, because my dog at this point was the bitey dog, so the scary dog, grabbed the dog, put him on his lead, got a knife from the kitchen, and went out in the garden. And my mum was there. She was like, "What are you doing? Come in the house. What are you doing?" And I'm like, "These people are arguing about me, and I'm going to..." I'm not... To face my anxiety, for me, meant to face it head on like that. And okay, you know, come what may. Dog and knife, dog and shield. Whatever, let's go do it. I don't know if that's a good idea. It wasn't a good idea at the time. It wasn't... My anxiety wasn't real. It was a hallucination. I went back to bed. She turned the telly down. We were all right. Everything was fine. And another anxiety I had, or have, sometimes we talked about in Mental Health Monday, that tightness of your chest might feel like you're having a heart attack. You get the panic attack from that. It's like an anxiety response makes you feel that you're having a heart attack, and that makes you more anxious. Whenever I feel that, I run up and down the stairs, because someone who's having a heart attack would, like, running up and down the stairs would do for you, wouldn't it? Like, it would do for you. So I face it head on, and I say, look, if I'm that anxious about this thing, I'm going to test it, I'm going to push it, and if it is a heart attack, then I'm going to have to call the ambulance from on the floor, because I'm not going to sit here feeling anxious for half an hour and worrying. And then obviously I've run up and down the stairs. Obviously, you don't say obviously, that's naughty. Because I've run up and down the stairs, then I'm a bit more out of breath, a bit more... It's taken me into a different place. It's actually good for my anxiety control to be doing something mindful like exercise, and I know it's not a heart attack. But I'll face it head on. I'll just go right at it. And knowing that it's scary isn't something that's going to preclude me from doing it. In fact, people get on roller coasters. They know it's scary. They enjoy it. I'm not a thrill seeker in that sense. I'm not going to go out and like pick a fight with someone to have the fun of getting my face smashed in. But certainly I'm not going to let my life be controlled by fears and anxieties that I can face down head on. So I do agree that you can control them by facing them head on. But in both of those examples, I don't know if the facing it head on... I think knowing you can face it head on helps, but I think they're not the strategies that help you calm down. Can someone be having a heart attack for 30 minutes? I'm not a doctor. honest to God, right? I'm not a doctor. So please, ASMR Jesus, praying to ASMR Jesus here, do not let anybody have an actual heart attack and follow my advice and make it worse. If you think you're having a heart attack, running up and down the stairs is bad advice. It will probably... Like, if you really were having one, you'd probably want to sit down, rest, and call an ambulance. But I don't know. That's a different stream and story. We will have to find cardiac advice from someone reputable. But me, I'm not a cardiologist. But I do know from experience that it is possible. I mean, God, I've tempted fate now. I'll probably find a stressful moment in Journey of the Circle and my ticker will go pop. But what I do know from experience is that people who feel anxious, people who have anxiety issues, that then feel anxious about a heart attack, in my limited experience, it's not just me, it's other people I've talked to who have this thing. It's more a condition of the anxiety and less a cardiological issue. And we're fortunate actually in today's day and age that we're approaching a point where we can get your Fitbits and your watches and your ECGs, and we can measure our hearts more accurately than we can actually measure our nervous state. So we can confirm that it might not be. We've gone on a right tangent here. That was the big face. Just saying about confronting anxiety, wasn't I? That was all I was doing. Where have we gone now? I think I can deal with it. And I will be moving on. Don't you try and stop me. I added a word there, don't try and stop me. I should stick with the true text of the narrative. But they put a double exclamation mark and I don't approve of that. Bye-bye anxiety. If only life was that sweet, that my anxiety would fade like smoke. My anxiety, I did it again. We talked about that in Mental Health Monday. It's not my anxiety. It's not me. It's not part of me. It's just a thing. Anxiety is a feeling. I guess it's a matter of perception or belief. Perceptions and beliefs. And just move the screen so it's nicely balanced, because the black lines at the top and bottom are just good, nicely balanced. There we go. Not a cardiologist. I could be. Just give me 10 years of med school. It's really been quite the ride. Who would have thought all this would happen when I decided to roll out on this journey? Yeah, I totally agree. I guess you never know. And what they're doing here again, where the road will take you, we're giving, but to climb with sticky, to fly with balloon, to roll with perfect, to overcome angst. They're giving us time to think about these things. Wow, in a very pretty place with these. All in all, I think I did pretty well. Yeah, you see, it's not been so bad. And the way the trees are moving, it's giving us this sense of, for an incomplete circle, of distance from the circle, but of being in the same environment. Look, like we're in the forest now. These things are moving past our vision, giving us that sense of depth. They haven't been before. We haven't had this interruption. We've had the clear view. It's the aesthetics have been toned back to allow the characters, the main players, the things that we're doing, the platforms to stand out. But here we're being, and us, the player, is being pushed slightly further away from circle. You see that? How we now are taking a slightly more third-person view, if that can be said. It's like directing in film. It's like directing in film, use of camera in games. And I believe this is a clever use of a camera device, of distance, of having things moving across to give us that distance from the character that we felt is connected to us all this way. Separation. Yeah, I think that's maybe a thing that's happening here. I like it. I like it. Very zen, just rolling along. Just up this little hill. I can still jump. What are we coming to next? I assume we will come to something next, and that won't just be the end. A salty breeze. It feels nice. Look at the sea. No, I hope it doesn't keep talking. I'm not going to touch controls because, again, I'm going to do some talking. But isn't it lovely? If you live by the sea, you don't get to experience this as often. But going to the sea from somewhere where you don't live by the sea, like where I live, going to the sea, that first sight of the sea, as you see it over the horizon, as you round a corner, that first sight of the sea, and it's vast and it just goes on forever, and you're there and you've arrived, and it's the sea. The sea. I love the sea. I love the sea. It's so powerful, vast, and almost incomprehensible when you're young. It just goes on, doesn't it? And I say powerful. You can't just swim out there and mess about. You're dragged under, dragged off. It's dangerous. It's deep. You can get to a point in the sea where, if you're a reasonable swimmer, you're allowed to swim out a bit, and you put your feet down. You can't even touch the bottom. But not like a swimming pool where you can't touch the bottom because you know it's 200 meters. You can go down and get the brick. Like, you don't even know what's down there. I've been out on boats where you jump off a boat and swim in the sea, and to be honest, that really freaks me out because it just goes on forever, doesn't it? And what's under and out there, I don't know. I can't. It's power. It's waves. You feel the energy moving, and you think it's stuck calm and it's powerful. Yeah, and then the anger of the sea and the storms, the waves, the breaks, the vast power of it. What it can, that end of things blows my mind. The depth, the trenches, the life within the sea, that blows my mind. Yeah, I love the sea. Big on the sea. And Look at this part of our journey now. We've come to the sea. Yay! Isn't it delightful? Look at that kite. They've managed to... Hey! They've managed to give it the impression of wind just with a simple device like a kite. It's brought the scene to life. Little seagulls just floating about down there, but really nice. We're talking about the game as a piece of art, so I want to make it clear when I talk about the art in the game, separate to that, just, you know, the choice of art style, the choice of palette, you know, the art in that more traditional description of the word. I love that choice to use those floating kites like that to show the wind. They really make me feel that breeze holding them up. Hey, I'm circle and I'm square. This doesn't sound like it's going to be a good fit. I've never seen the sea before. It's pretty amazing. Stay here for hours just looking at it. Two shapes on a beach. What do you think it means? Actually, square's alright. You know, we don't have to fit and go together, do we? We can just be friends. I think it means that the ending is open. Anything could happen. Let's roll on together and see what's out there. Sure, sounds like a plan. What? I'm just pushing square along. Square implied this was the end. Oh look, square's coming with me. Square can just do its own. Look, square's got a bounce. Oh, that is the end. Oh, I feel a little bit sad. Do you feel a little bit emotional? It's like the ending of the Shawshank Redemption. I'll tell you something about that in a minute. I'll just tell you my instinctive feelings about this ending while I'm capturing them, while it's real and happening. I feel emotional. I feel a little bit sad. And I feel that because I think the whole point that we've been talking about all the way along is about this driving towards this perfect circle, this concept that the circle will be complete. And at the end, the circle is not complete. And there's a little bit of sadness in that, a little bit of tragedy. But yet there is hope. And the circle is just bouncing off. And they drifted into our view, again, maybe it's because I've worked in film before, but the ideas, the way the camera is used, I'm feeling quite strongly at the end here. They pulled our view up to the horizon, and the circle and the square went off their own way and disappeared out of our view. They pulled us away again from their story. We have to leave that, like in the same way as this game has been about separation and loss. We have to leave them and go on our own journey at the end here. We learned something and we let it go. Maybe I'm feeling sad because I spent like 1.5 years in the house and 2 people I know have died of COVID. But like, yeah, you know, maybe it's just that I'm an emotional wreck. But no, I do think it had a decent ability to create an emotional feeling at the end there. And we're talking, bear in mind, we're talking about a circle. And maybe it's because your playthrough, when I played it with my hands and did it. And when you watched it, you watched me getting cross. When I couldn't get up those clouds. But no, I'm joking. I didn't get cross. The game didn't make me feel cross overall. It made me feel happy. Lovable hat cult. It's made me feel introspective, but hopeful. It's made me feel happy that somebody has made such an interesting game for interesting reasons. It's made me feel that I should serve, even though the point of the game, in a way, I'm allowing these credits to roll, I'm not covering them over my big face, even though, oh, they're just attribution, right, let's go my big face. Even though maybe with Unity, cheeky. Even though the point of the game was to say that you don't have to break your mind about trying to fix yourself so that you're right for this perfect person, that relationships work a lot better when you go with the flow and accept things for what they are, accept when they work and accept when they don't. Be hopeful of new experience and willing to try things, but don't let yourself be part of a combination that's not working for you. Those sort of ideas I feel are quite prominent, and yet it makes me feel at the end like I should work on myself to make myself better so that I could meet a perfect partner and achieve what the circle didn't, in a way, which is weird. Maybe that's my own problem in my own psyche, because I do have a problem with my own feeling of self-worth, I'm sure. So maybe that's what I've taken from it. Maybe you take something different from it. But Journey of the Broken Circle is not going to get reviewed right now by me. I'm just talking about my feelings. But we do want to have a chat about it. And it's 7:30 on Sunday. It took us a little bit longer. So I'll keep talking about ideas now, but we'll let it settle. I will watch and review our playthrough when I edit it. And then I'll upload the shorter edits with all the bits of nonsense taken out to Battery Exhausted. The full-length, unedited version will go on GanjiKid YouTube channel. GanjiKid YouTube channel. GanjiKid YouTube channel. And we can reflect on it someday this week. We also have to do art history, and we also have to do Mental Health Monday, of course, on Monday at 8 o'clock GMT. The clock's changed in the UK. So maybe GMT might feel different to you this week. I don't know. But look it up on the internet. Tomorrow is Mental Health Monday. And then we've got an art review of Journey of the Broken Circle to conduct. Probably just most of the stuff has already been brought up by me along the playthrough, hasn't it? But maybe I'll have some different thoughts and feelings when I review it. As I said, being a good critic means that we have to spend time with the work, go away from the work, come back to the work, and reevaluate and give it that respect that of more than just a once throwaway viewing. But I overall, instinctively at the end, have felt very pleased about that game. I'm not going to talk about how much it cost. I think I got it on sale. And I'm not going to talk about its value in terms of monetary value, but it's available for the Nintendo Switch, I believe, on sale at the moment. And if you've got a Nintendo Switch and you check that out and it turns out to be a relatively small amount of money, in your opinion, then it is worth it. Because it has been a really good, valuable experience. I certainly think it's the sort of thing that you might, I don't know, would you recommend that to somebody who's having a breakup? Would you recommend it to somebody who's having a breakup? It's difficult to help people sometimes when they're going through emotional difficulties that require processing and time. Even though you might have the right sort of advice, it doesn't make them feel better by magic. But there's a really good book that I read whenever I had a breakup. There's a couple of really good books out there and things like that. I think this is one of those sort of things. But I think maybe it's even more valuable before a breakup. Maybe it's valuable to a young adult who is embarking on their first relationships and learning about their position within those relationships and their feelings. Maybe playing through this, just, how do I explain this? When I was young, when I was a kid, we didn't have clever computer games like this teaching us things. The media that I absorbed when I was young was even far more sexist than the media we have today, and my perceptions about what I could expect or hope for in a romance probably were strongly shaped by American ideals. Like, I can't explain the form of relationship, but what I can explain are some of the words that, like, jocks, cheerleaders, freaks, geeks, like these concepts, they were what was projected about young people when I was seeing them. I don't know how to best to explain this. Through watching a lot of media, you sort of get the idea that you're going to meet this right person. It's going to work a bit like a fairy story, or a bit like a, you know, one of these films where will they, won't they, and they end up and they do, and that, like, you know, you'll meet this cool person, they'll be amazing, but they won't realise it, and you'll get, you know, whatever, that sort of thing that's projected on the media. There's a lot more nuance and complexity in relationship projected in the media today, but even seeing it reflected in the media can't do what something like this does, which is to take you on an interactive experience where you are then literally questioning your values and your opinions of the relationships in the game, but your answers to those questions are influenced and informed by your values that you then question. So that's really interesting. I personally wouldn't recommend a game for someone who just broke up. I'd give them classic Kelvin advice. The best way to get over it is to go into someone else. We saw in the game, didn't we, that the comfortable, in between the relationships that broke down, there was that comforting relationship they had. Sometimes we call it a rebound. Sometimes it can be unhealthy, but sometimes it can be healthy. So I'm not gonna judge. I'm not able to judge everyone's relationships, but some rebounds can be unhealthy. But this game has shown us a way of having a relationship that might not be the relationship, but in a positive and healthy way. Even, maybe. That's worth discussing. So yeah, maybe wouldn't recommend this game to someone who's just broken up with someone. Maybe they might just feel bad and not take from it what they need to at the time. Maybe in the moment of breakup it's hard to process things in the way this game helps you to process them. Maybe a game isn't the right thing, but certainly it's something I would recommend to young adults and people who have experienced breakups. Even, it sounds weird, doesn't it? But, you know, I don't often recommend media, and this is a big thing. This is a big thing to be able to say at the end of a piece of media, of art, to be able to recommend it to somebody else. You should see this. To be able to say that is quite a big thing. I don't care to say that about, I mean, I watch a lot of things on the television, pointing over there because that's the room in my house where it is over there. I watch a lot of things on the television, I'm sure you do too, but we don't go around recommending them, not with intent in the same way as I am this piece of media. I would recommend people play this. If someone said to me, you know, what are you doing on your stream? I'd say, oh, we played this game. It was actually really good. You might enjoy it. If it's only a couple of quid on Steam or Nintendo Switch shop, it's worth your time. That's it. It's worth your time. So its value is dependent on how you value your time. But in my opinion, it's worth my time. It's been worth our time. It's worth your time. Yeah, that gets a gold star. So that's our first gameplay. That's our first. It's not our first gameplay anyway, is it? We did Earthbound, and we're still going to play Earthbound because I'm committed to finishing that game. But sadly, I can't devote as much time to Earthbound as all the other wonderful things on stream as we want to do. So I will finish it, and we'll do an hour or two every week, and I might improve and get through it a bit more. But Broken Circle has already given us such a lot more to talk about. Broken Circle comes from a place that's years further on than Earthbound. Earthbound was made in the 90s. There was a lot of naivety about game design then. Broken Circle doesn't suffer from that naivety. It is clearly well thought out by people who understand the medium and have chosen to use it to its advantage. They've chosen to bring something out that a game can do. They've chosen to not just the mechanics or make you addicted or a microtransaction, but they've used something in the game, the way a game works, to ask us questions, to enable us to look at things from somebody else's point of view, to feel empathy. And they've done it, again, I'll reiterate this because I think it's a really good point to make. They've done it with a Broken Circle. They haven't tried to create the most detailed image of a human and perfect eye movements, and they haven't tried to they haven't got one of those clever studios where you can see all the movements of my arm and it's translated into the movements of the character. It's just a little circle rolling around, and that's enough for us in our collective humanity to apply feelings to and draw feelings from. So that's really cool, isn't it? That's really cool. Journey of the Broken Circle. It's just a circle. I'll break your circle in a minute. It wasn't just a circle, it wasn't just a balloon. Oh, I tell you, I'm having trouble seeing. Oh, my circle's right broken today. Oh. It wasn't just, it was more than that. It was part of a story, part of a narrative. And that's why this game, which we will talk about in the art review, has won awards for narrative. And it's really important that we are light on that point just before I finish today. And I will finish today. I will at one point, at some point we'll finish. I will finish today because it's Sunday, isn't it? And I've got to prepare for tomorrow, for tomorrow's Mental Health Monday. I've got to do some research and write a sort of bit of a script. Not a script, not like Scott walks in the room, Scott sits down, Scott says this. Just some bullet points of ideas that I want to talk through based on research, not just off the top of my head. Anyway, just randoming. Yeah. What was I going to say? What was I going to say about the old broken circles? Review, art game. It's funny, isn't it? You can just lose your thoughts like that sometimes. Oh yeah, it won narrative awards. It won awards, and it's a narrative game. So, not every, and I was sort of leading on this point a second ago. Not every game is a narrative game. Not every game wants to be a narrative game. Not every game needs to be a narrative game. One of the beauties of gaming is it's a blank canvas that you can create, and you can create in many different ways. That's good. They've chosen to create a narrative game, and I think that's why it is so successful as a narrative game. And when we talk about games in categories, we talk about shooters as you talk about looter shooters, RPGs, these sort of things. Narrative is not such a commonly used genre, and not so many people sit down to make a narrative game. And in its title, in its genre, narrative could, without excess sophistication, without, in a very base way, narrative could be as simple as just telling a story. Press A to continue, press A to continue, showing you pictures from a picture book, press A to continue. In a way, on another part of the spectrum, Call of Duty is a narrative game, isn't it? In a way, like you go along, you kill the baddies in the zone, and then you press R to jump out the plane, or you press R to thing, or you press. In the early days, it was criticised for that. In some parts of the story, it just arbitrarily asked you to press A to grab hold of the man's hand, to press A to knife the thing, and because it wanted to keep you engaged as a player with its narrative, but it didn't really know how. Whereas Journey of the Broken Circle has managed to translate or transmit that narrative, sometimes with clear signposts, sometimes with a little bit of, here is the part of the thing we want you to understand, sometimes with a bit of clear signposting, but more often than not with a concept that you're allowed to feel and play with and then discard, and your feelings of progress throughout a game, but your feelings of progress and how they're accelerated or impeded by the relationship you have with your missing piece with the mechanic in the game. So that's better than just press A to grab hand, press B to turn page. Interactivity doesn't simply mean someone is pressing a button and interacting. Interactivity at this level is they've created another space for us to interact on, a mental space for us to have a conversation, a dialect, no, that might be the wrong word, that's a Hegel, isn't it? Hegel and dialectics. A discussion, I'll just use more simple terms because we know what they mean. A discussion with the work. The work speaks to us, we speak back to the work, we think about things, we move on, they change the way we think, they don't change the way we think, whatever. We are thinking, it is causing us to think. Yeah, I think that's a really... So, they've decided to make a narrative game. All games... not all games. Does Block Breaker have a narrative? You're breaking those blocks. Does Pac-Man have a narrative? I don't know. A lot of games have narratives, but they don't lean as heavily on the narrative in that interactive form. They're just a story, and then you kill the baddies, and then there's just some story, and then we do some more shooting, and then there's just some story, and then you got to figure this puzzle out and do your platforming skills, and then there's some story, and then there's some platforming skills. Intertwining the two, the narrative and the gameplay. Again, as an art critic, it's important not to say one is better, one is worse. You might enjoy one more than the other. You might enjoy one more than the other at different times in your life or at different times in the day. So it's important not to say better or worse, but I feel they have been very successful in intertwining the narrative and the gameplay. And by calling it a narrative game, I think does it almost an injustice, because it's not just a story that you press A to advance. It's a dialogue. Yeah, sorry. I'm sorry for not reading your suggestion in chat sooner, because that's exactly the right word. Thank you for being smarter than me. A dialogue is exactly what's happening, yeah. And it's really successful, in my opinion, that this game has managed to achieve that. I didn't feel such a same dialogue from Call of Duty. I'm not comparing this any further with Call of Duty. I just use that as a comparison for that reason, to highlight what this game is doing. So I'm not going to be so disparaging of other things. I'm not. I mean, I enjoyed playing. God, I put the hours into Call of Duty when it was a one-player campaign back in the day. One of the things I used to love, I'm going to just quickly digress, just to say something positive about Call of Duty, so I don't just sound like a moaning mini. But one of the things I used to love so much was it's an opportunity to reenact serious battles that have happened in history, to get an idea of how people were feeling when they stormed Normandy, and things that I have so much respect for in history, that the people that did them, I have so much respect for what they did, and an opportunity to see it reimagined in a video game for a new generation to experience, I thought was very positive, kind of important. And then it went down a way that took away from that thing that I liked about it, so I don't enjoy it so much anymore. In fact, I haven't even bought the latest one. It's just how things are. It's just my taste, isn't it? But this was to my taste. Journey of the Broken Circle, this was to my taste. I appreciated the way it told its story. I appreciate the way its story intertwined with our own feelings, and I'm happy with it. Now I will upload the entire playthrough unedited to Ganji-Kid YouTube channel. I will edit it. I will upload it to Battery Exhausted. Everyone then will have a chance to view it. So then when we come and do our art conversation, which I'm not the best at telling you when I'm going to stream, when I'm not. In these early stages, ignore my schedule that's on the Twitch thing. I had to put a schedule on because they said put a schedule on, but I don't know when I'm coming on and when I'm not. I do know Mental Health Monday is always Monday at 8 o'clock. But in the coming week, we're going to have our art discussion about Journey of the Broken Circle. I'll probably re-evaluate some of the things I've said already. Maybe even just replay some of the things I've said in an edited version, and we can all discuss together, and we'll see if our feelings change on that second viewing after a bit of time. We'll see if our feelings change. But yeah, I'm happy, and I didn't check my emails, but I did write an email to the. I'm trying to use my mouse to control the thing on the screen, and it's one of these. I did write an email to the something hat cult, Lovely Hat Cult. They're called the Lovely Hat Cult, the designers of this game. They're a Danish company. I've written them an email to ask if there's anything they would like us to discuss in the art conversation, if there's any material they want to submit, any ideas, or specifically I said, what have been your goals and how you feel you've achieved them in this medium. That's the question I sort of set to them. And if they come back and decide that they want to do a Zoom call, then we can do a Zoom call together and we can discuss their success together, what they aimed for, how they felt when they were trying to achieve it, how they felt, whether they felt they achieved it. I felt they achieved good success here in certain, if that was their goal. I mean, their goal might have been to be a bit more like Sonic the Hedgehog, in which case they might be cross with their work. I can't, without speaking to them, I don't know, but I think they should be happy. And if they are happy, then I'd like to know, I guess, where we go from here and their feelings on the wider context of these sort of games in the world. Oh yeah, that's another good question, isn't it? What they feel about how their art has been received in the world, whether they feel anything about it, and things like that. Yeah, I'd like to do a little interview with them. So let's hope that they're up for that, and that will complete our story of a broken circle, won't it? And then we'll have a complete story. Yeah. So you be good, my little puckos. I must say, before we leave, and I must say it, I want to say it. It's not like it's these special thanks here that are coming up. I've got to get our editing, for this next glut of videos that I get off the editing software, edit. When I edit the next set of videos, I'm going to start putting your names in. My Pucko Warrior crew, my patrons, people that come here to view, to enjoy, that support. I want you to know that it's not about financially supporting me on Patreon, although that is a massive help. But it's about you being part of the work together and sharing these things together. It's about you having thoughts and feelings. That's the success that we aim for. And the more people we can reach with ideas, the better. That's the success that we aim for. I'd like it to be sustainable, of course, so I can do it. But the main thing I wanted to say, what I'm getting off track doing now, what I'm trying to say is thank you, because this now, what we've done today, has been, in my opinion, it's all my opinion, has been one of our better streams. I've really enjoyed doing it, and I'm really happy that we're now doing basically what I want. I'm happy we're doing what I want. But yeah, you're making it happen. You know, you being here has made that happen. And without you, I'm nothing. Come back, balloon. Come back, my balloon. Don't pop. Don't go. Have I learned nothing through Journey of the Broken Circle? Without you, I'm nothing. You are my missing piece. You are my square. You're all this. We're all shapes. We're all shapes. That's the best compliment I can give you. We're all shapes. How about that? You should understand that means something important after this journey. So thank you, my little puckos. You be good. I hope you have a really nice Sunday, and I hope that Monday's not too. I was going to swear, but we haven't sworn all streams, so I hope Monday's not too chuffy. I hope Monday's not too chuffy, and that when we meet again on Mental Health Monday tomorrow at 8 o'clock PM GMT, that you'll be in a positive frame of mind, and if not, we'll help turn that around with some gentle conversation on a Monday evening about mental health. And then we're back to art on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, whichever day I feel like it. So you be good, my little puckos. You be good. You have been good. If you can't be good, you're naughty.